Have you ever watched someone you love disappear? Slowly, not all at once, not dramatically, just little by little. First, they stop climbing stairs. Then they stop walking to the market. Then one day, they sit in a chair by the window and they stay there. They are alive, but they are not really living. Maybe it was your father, maybe your grandmother, maybe a neighbor you remember always working in the garden, always laughing, always moving. And then, one day, they were not. Most of the time, it does not happen because of bad luck. It does not happen because of fate. It happens because of the heart. A heart that was never protected. A heart that was never listened to. Today I want to talk to you about your heart. Not in a medical way, not with complicated words or scary numbers. This lesson is for English learners who want more than vocabulary. It is for people who want to live longer, feel stronger, and be there for the people they love. Because here is the truth. Your heart is working right now. It has been working since before you were born. It beats 100,000 times every single day. It never takes a break. It never asks for a day off. It just keeps going quietly inside your chest, trusting that you will take care of it. But most of us never think about our hearts. We think about our jobs. We think about our phones. We think about what to eat for dinner. And the heart just keeps beating, waiting, hoping we will pay attention before it is too late. This lesson is about 7 simple daily habits. Not expensive habits. Not complicated habits. 7 things you can start today, right where you are, with what you already have. By the end of this lesson, you will know exactly what to do every single day to protect your heart and add 20 more healthy years to your life. No gym required. No special diet. No magic medicine. Just 7 lessons, starting now. Because your heart remembers everything you do. Lesson 1. Move. Let me tell you about a man named Jack LaLanne. Jack was born in 1914 in San Francisco, California. As a child, he was sick often. He ate too much sugar. He had headaches and felt weak. He was not a healthy boy. But at 15 years old, Jack heard a talk about the power of food and exercise. Something changed inside him that day. He decided to move his body every single day. And he did. Jack LaLanne exercised every morning for the rest of his life. Not sometimes, not when he felt like it. Every single morning. He swam. He lifted weights. He walked. He moved. On his 70th birthday, he swam 1.5 miles in the Pacific Ocean. His hands and feet were tied together. He pulled 70 boats behind him. 70 boats. At 70 years old, Jack LaLanne lived to be 96 years old. Now, I am not telling you to swim across the ocean with your hands tied. I am not telling you to lift heavy weights or run a marathon. I am telling you something much simpler. Walk for 30 minutes a day. That is it. 30 minutes. Outside or inside. Fast or slow. With music or in silence. Alone or with someone you love. Just walk. Research tells us again and again that walking 30 minutes a day can reduce your risk of heart disease by up to 35%. That is not a small number. That is one of the most powerful things you can do for your heart, and it is completely free. Here is something important. Many people say they do not have time to exercise. But think about this. How much time do you spend looking at your phone each day? How much time do you spend watching videos or scrolling through social media? Most people spend 2, 3, even 4 hours on their phones every day. 30 minutes, that is all your heart is asking for. Not because it wants to be strong like Jack LaLanne. Not because it wants to swim across the ocean. It just wants to beat a little easier, a little longer, for you. The mistake most people make is waiting. They say, I will start when I have more time. I will start when the weather is better. I will start on Monday. But the heart does not wait for Monday. Every day you sit still is a day you do not give your heart what it needs. And every day you move, even just a little, is a day you give it a gift. You do not need a gym. You need a door and 2 feet. Open the door, step outside, start walking, because your heart remembers everything you do. Lesson 2. Sleep. Here is a question most people never ask themselves. What does your heart do while you sleep? Most people think sleep is rest. For the body, yes. For the mind, yes. But for the heart, sleep is something else entirely. Sleep is repair time. While you sleep, your blood pressure drops. Your heart rate slows down. Your body releases hormones that fix small damage in your blood vessels. Your heart, which has been working all day without stopping, finally gets a chance to recover. When you do not sleep enough, none of that happens. People who sleep less than 6 hours a night have a significantly higher risk of heart disease. Not a little higher, significantly higher. Some studies suggest the risk can double. Think about that. You are not smoking, you are not eating badly, you are just not sleeping enough, and your heart is paying the price. Many people today wear their lack of sleep like a badge. They say, I only sleep 5 hours. I am so busy. I work so hard. As if sleeping less means working more. As if hurting your heart is a sign of success. It is not. Every night you steal sleep from your body, you are stealing something from your heart. A small debt. And small debts over many years become something very large. 7 to 8 hours. That is what your heart needs. Not perfectly, not every single night, but most nights, most of the time. Make sleep a priority. Turn off your phone earlier. Make your room dark and quiet. Let your heart do its repair work. Because your heart is not lazy when you sleep. It is healing. Lesson 3. Eat. Now, I am not going to give you a complicated diet plan. I am not going to tell you to count calories or weigh your food or never eat the things you love again. I want to say something much simpler. Eat real food. That is it. Eat food that comes from the earth. Vegetables, fruit, fish, beans, nuts, olive oil, whole grains. Food that your great-grandmother would recognize. The problem with modern life is not that we do not know what is healthy. Everyone knows that vegetables are good and that too much sugar is bad. The problem is that we are surrounded by food that is designed to make us forget what we know. Processed food, packaged food, fast food, food full of salt, sugar, and oil. Food that tastes incredible for 30 seconds and then leaves your body confused and tired. Your heart feels every meal you eat. Not immediately, not dramatically, but slowly, quietly, over years, the food you choose either builds your heart up or wears it down. Here is the plot twist most people miss. The most dangerous food for your heart is not the birthday cake you eat once a year. It is not the fried chicken you eat on a special occasion. It is the food you eat every day without thinking. The extra salt on everything. The sweet drink with every meal. The packaged snack at your desk. It is the quiet daily choices. The ones you barely notice. Less sugar, less salt, less noise on your plate. More color, more variety, more food that grew in the ground. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to be more aware, because every meal is a message to your heart, and your heart is always listening. Lesson 4. Breathe. Almost 2,000 years ago, a man sat alone in his tent and wrote these words in his private journal. He was not a philosopher sitting in a quiet library. He was a soldier, a leader, a man who carried the weight of an entire empire on his shoulders every single day. His name was Marcus Aurelius, and his journal, written only for himself, never meant to be read by anyone else, became one of the most important books in human history. We call it Meditations today. In that journal, Marcus wrote something that feels just as true now as it did then. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius understood something that modern science now confirms. The greatest enemy of the heart is not always in the food we eat or the exercise we skip. Sometimes the greatest enemy lives inside our own minds. It is called stress. Long-term stress. The kind that does not come from one big event. The kind that comes from every day. The pressure of work. The worry about money. The arguments that never fully end. The feeling that you are always behind, always tired, always carrying too much. When you are stressed, your body releases a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is useful in short bursts. It is your body's alarm system. But when cortisol stays high for weeks, months, years, it raises your blood pressure. It damages your blood vessels. It makes your blood thicker and harder to move through your heart. Long-term stress is a slow fire burning inside you, and your heart is standing right next to the flame. Think about someone you know who works 12 hours a day, every day. They sleep 5 or 6 hours. They eat quickly whatever is available. They never stop. They are proud of how hard they work. But inside their body is fighting a battle they cannot see. The heart knows, even when the mind does not. Now here is the important thing. I am not telling you to stop working hard. I am not telling you that ambition is dangerous. Marcus Aurelius worked harder than almost anyone in history. He led armies. He governed an empire. He dealt with wars, loss, and betrayal. But he also sat down every single day and wrote in his journal. He reflected. He breathed. He reminded himself of what was real and what was just noise. He protected his mind. And in doing so, he protected his heart. You can do the same, and it does not require a journal or 2,000 years of philosophy. It requires 4 seconds. Try this right now. Breathe in slowly for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out slowly for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is called box breathing. And it is one of the most powerful tools you have for calming your body, lowering your blood pressure, and telling your heart that you are safe. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out. Do it in the morning. Do it when you feel overwhelmed. Do it before you sleep. Do it right now if you need it. A busy mind and a quiet mind can live in the same body, but only one of them gives the heart a chance to rest. You cannot control everything that happens to you. Marcus Aurelius could not either, but you can control this moment, this breath, this choice. Your heart remembers everything you do. Lesson 5. Connect. I want to tell you about 2 elderly women. Let us call them Mai and Lan. Both women are 72 years old. Both live in the same city. Both eat similar food. Both walk a little every day. On paper, their lives look almost the same. But Mai's children moved to another city 10 years ago. They call sometimes, not often. Mai spends most of her days alone. She watches television. She sits by the window. She waits for the phone to ring. Lan, on the other hand, goes to the market every morning, not because she needs to buy things, because she knows everyone there. She talks to the woman who sells vegetables. She has tea with her neighbor every afternoon. Her grandchildren visit on weekends. Her home is full of noise and laughter and small arguments and warm meals. Now, which woman do you think has a healthier heart? You probably already know the answer. Loneliness is one of the most dangerous things in the world for the human heart. Researchers who have studied this for decades say that long-term loneliness is as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Not a little harmful, as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes every single day. Think about that for a moment. We have spent years warning people about cigarettes. We put warnings on the boxes. We run campaigns. We tell people to stop smoking, and rightly so. But nobody puts a warning label on loneliness. Nobody says, be careful, living without connection will quietly damage your heart over time. Nobody tells you that the slow disappearance of real human relationships is one of the most serious health problems of our time. But it is. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful people in the world, was once asked what the greatest investment a person could make is. He did not say stocks. He did not say real estate. He did not say education, though he loves education. He said relationships. He said that the people around you, the ones who love you, who challenge you, who sit with you when things are hard, those people are your greatest asset. Not your bank account, not your career. The people. Your heart knows this too. When you feel truly connected to someone, when you laugh deeply, when you feel understood and loved, your body releases hormones that lower blood pressure and protect the heart. Connection is medicine. Real, powerful, measurable medicine. And the opposite is also true. Isolation, distance, the feeling that nobody really sees you. These things are a slow poison. Not dramatic, not immediate. Just quiet, daily damage building up over years. So what do? You do not need to become a different person. You do not need to be loud or social or the center of every room. You just need to be present for someone. Call someone today. Not a message, not an emoji. A real call. A real voice. A real conversation. Visit someone this week. Sit with them. Listen to them. Let them feel that they matter to you. And be someone's reason to smile today. It does not have to be big. A kind word, a small gift, a moment of your attention. Because here is what the science and the stories and the wisdom of every culture in history all agree on. We are not made to be alone. Your heart was designed to beat inside a life full of people. And when it does, it beats stronger. It beats longer. It beats with a kind of warmth that no medicine can create. Call someone. Visit someone. Be someone's reason to smile. Your heart remembers everything you do. Lesson 6. No. There is a type of danger that is more frightening than anything loud or obvious. It is the danger you cannot feel. High blood pressure has no pain. High cholesterol has no symptoms. High blood sugar in its early stages give you almost no warning at all. You can walk around for years feeling completely normal, while these 3 things quietly damage your heart, your blood vessels, your kidneys, and your brain. Doctors call high blood pressure the silent killer. And they call it that for a reason. It does not announce itself. It does not hurt. It does not stop you from going to work, or eating dinner, or laughing with your family. It just builds day after day, pressure inside your blood vessels, until one day the damage is already done. This is why knowing your numbers is one of the most important habits you can build. 3 numbers, that is all. Your blood pressure, your cholesterol level, your blood sugar. These 3 numbers tell the truth about what is happening inside your body right now. Not what you hope is happening. Not what you assume is happening, what is actually happening. Getting these numbers checked is not expensive. It is not painful. In most places, you can do it at a local clinic or pharmacy. It takes less than 15 minutes. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Many people avoid checking because they are afraid of what they might find out. They think, if I do not know, I do not have to worry. If I do not check, maybe everything is fine. But not knowing does not protect you. It just removes your chance to do something about it. Think about 2 kinds of people. The first person checks their numbers every year. They find out early that their blood pressure is a little high. They walk more. They eat less salt. They manage their stress. Their heart stays strong. The second person never checks. They feel fine, so they assume they are fine. Years pass. And then one day, the silence ends, not quietly. Knowledge is not scary. Ignorance is scary. Know your blood pressure. Know your cholesterol. Know your blood sugar. Because you cannot protect something you refuse to look at. Lesson 7. Choose. We have talked about 6 habits now: moving your body, sleeping well, eating real food, managing stress, staying connected, knowing your numbers, and perhaps you are thinking this is a lot. This is too much to change all at once. I understand that feeling. I want to tell you something that I hope makes it easier. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to transform your entire life overnight. You do not need to wake up tomorrow as a completely different person with a completely different routine. You just need to make slightly better choices, more often than before, starting today. Here is the big idea of this entire lesson, the thing I want you to carry with you long after this video ends. You are not one big decision away from a healthy heart. You are 10,000 small decisions away. Every morning, when you choose to walk instead of sit, that is one vote for your heart. Every night, when you choose to sleep instead of scrolling your phone, that is one vote. Every meal, when you choose water instead of a sweet drink, vegetables instead of chips, that is one vote. Every time you call a friend instead of sitting alone, every time you stop and breathe instead of letting the stress build. One vote, one vote, one vote. No single vote wins the election, but 10,000 votes over months and years build a life, build a body, build a heart that is strong enough to carry you for 20 more years. Warren Buffett did not become one of the wealthiest people in history with one great investment. He made thousands of small, patient, consistent decisions over decades. And the results came slowly and then suddenly, more than anyone expected. Your heart works the same way. The walk you take today will not save your life today. The good meal you eat tonight will not add a year to your life tonight. But the person who walks every day, sleeps well every night, eats thoughtfully most of the time, breathes through the hard moments, stays connected to people they love, and pays attention to what is happening inside their body. That person 10 years from now will be standing somewhere beautiful, feeling strong, feeling grateful, feeling alive in a way that most people only dream about. Every day is a vote. Vote for your heart, because your heart remembers everything you do. Let us go back to the beginning. Do you remember the question I asked at the start of this lesson? Have you ever watched someone you love disappear slowly? I asked that question because most of us have. We have all seen it. A father who stopped walking, a grandmother who stopped laughing, a friend who seemed fine and then suddenly was not. And in those moments, we feel helpless. We think, there was nothing I could do. It just happened. But for most people, it does not just happen. It builds, quietly, over years. One small choice at a time. And that means the opposite is also true. Health builds quietly too, over years. One small choice at a time. So let me give you the 7 lessons one more time, quickly, simply, so you can carry them with you. 1. Move. Walk 30 minutes a day. Open the door, step outside. Your heart is waiting. 2. Sleep. Give your body 7 to 8 hours. Let your heart repair itself in the dark and the quiet. 3. Eat. Choose real food most of the time. Less sugar, less salt. Less noise on your plate, more color, more life. 4. Breathe. When the stress comes, and it will come, stop. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, breathe out for 4. You have power over your mind, use it. 5. Connect. Call someone, visit someone, be someone's reason to smile. You were not made to be alone. Neither was your heart. 6. Know. Check your blood pressure. Check your cholesterol. Check your blood sugar. You cannot protect something you refuse to look at. 7. Choose. Every single day, make one slightly better choice than yesterday. Just one. That is enough. That is more than enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 habits, 7 gifts you can give your heart, starting today. Now I want to ask you a different question. Not about someone you have lost, about something you have not yet lived. What would you do with 20 more healthy years? Think about it honestly, not quickly. Really think. Would you travel somewhere you have always dreamed of going? Would you be there for your children's weddings, your grandchildren's first steps, their first words, their first day of school? Would you finally write that book, learn that language, plant that garden, sit on that porch and watch the sun go down, without feeling rushed or tired or afraid? 20 years is not a small thing. 20 years is a whole second life, a life full of mornings, full of meals with people you love, full of small moments that do not seem important until they are gone. And here is what I want you to know. That life is available to you. Not through luck, not through expensive medicine or complicated programs or waiting for someone to save you. Through 7 habits, practiced quietly, every day, for the rest of your life. We started this lesson with someone disappearing, someone who could not climb the stairs, someone who sat by the window and waited. But you do not have to be that person. You can be the person who is still walking at 75, still laughing at 80, still sitting at the table, surrounded by the people you love, still present, still strong, still here. That person exists. That person is possible. That person is you, if you choose it. Because your heart remembers everything you do. Everything. Before we finish, I want to say one more thing. You just listened to this entire lesson in English. That is not a small thing either. You practiced your listening. You met new vocabulary. You followed ideas that were sometimes simple and sometimes deep, and you stayed with it all the way to the end. That takes patience. That takes discipline. That is exactly the kind of quiet, consistent effort that builds something real over time, just like protecting your heart. So well done, truly. Now here is your challenge for today, not tomorrow, not next Monday. Today, pick one habit from this lesson, just one, the one that feels most possible for you right now. Maybe it is a 30-minute walk after dinner. Maybe it is going to bed 1 hour earlier tonight. Maybe it is calling someone you have not spoken to in a while. Maybe it is simply sitting still for 5 minutes and breathing. One habit, one day, one vote for your heart. And then tell me about it. In the comments below, write this: "Today I will blank." Fill in the blank with your one habit. I read every comment. And when you write it down, you make it real. If this lesson was useful to you, please share it with someone who needs it, a parent, a friend, someone you love who works too hard and sleeps too little and forgets to take care of themselves. Sometimes the greatest gift you can give someone is a reminder that their health matters, that their heart matters, that they matter. This is English Avenue. We learn English here. But more than that, we learn how to live a little better, one lesson at a time. Take care of your heart. It has been taking care of you since before you took your first breath. And remember, your heart remembers everything you do. See you in the next lesson.